Okay, what is happening? Magnus Carlsen, well, it does look like on his face that he did not intend to do that.
And we've seen a reply by Anish Giri, so it looks like this has actually happened. Magnus Carlsen starting with the move 1e3 rather than 1e4, which is the most popular move in chess. So maybe a potential mouse slip there by world champion Magnus Carlsen on move 1. But if you're going to mouse slip, it's better to do it on move 1 than any other move in the game, pretty much.
Okay, well, what will this game be like now then? With that very small move, I guess.
It will be just almost like he's playing the game with the black pieces, except he has an extra tempo, so it's nothing disastrous. It's just not ideal, especially if you wanted to go out there and play a combative game, all guns blazing. You want to take on Anish Giri in his Nidorf that he's just Anish has just pumped done a course for chessable on, and instead he has to play something else. Tell me about it. I know that you actually like these type of positions.
I've played this against you, this exact position.
Yeah, you crushed me in it, so.
Yeah, I like these types of positions. That's why they're a bit slower at first, but there's some hidden ideas a bit later on, and you can plan in advance. Black's moves tend to be quite predictable.
Okay, so what do you think? Did Magnus Carlsen do it on purpose or not?
No, I slip.
Wow.
We'll ask him afterwards.
We have to ask him about that.
But what do you think, you like a slip or kind of a mind trick?
Okay, I'm going to go for a mouse slip.
The mouse slip, the first move in this game by Magnus Carlsen. It is a strange round, actually. Game between Tingly Red and Jan Pomniachi. Already, after a few seconds, it ended in a draw. Strange things happening in the preliminaries. Now let's hope for no fighting chance in this one.
Yeah, I think Ding just taking a draw in that game was white because he's been struggling today with 2 losses.
Well for him.
And meanwhile, Magnus Carlsen going for a bit of a controversial trade there, bishop for knight. Yes, white has been able to double black's pawns on that c line, but I am not a huge fan of giving up the light squared bishop. I think black's light squared bishop might come to life very, very shortly. I think in general we're advised only to do this if we're sure that we don't need the bishop of that colour, and it does look like white does have maybe some holes on the white squares a bit later on. So, okay, Anish Giri, he'll be happy with the way the opening's gone, maybe profiting from mouse slip and Magnus Carlsen out of his familiar territory. I know that Magnus isn't a fan of these types of positions, unlike me, so yeah, we'll see how the game progresses. I think Anish Giri now will have a bit of a longer think. This is very rare territory for both.
Well, fun. And we do see actually on the bottom of the screen 2 games hasn't started yet. Vidit's game and Hikaru's game haven't started because they are still playing in round 7. That is such a long game. They are still playing, so obviously their next games will be postponed, and we will have results and we will have standings as soon as that game is finished. But for these 2 players, Magnus Carlsen is in sole lead right now with, no, it's actually not. 2 players is in the lead. Magnus Carlsen and Jan Pomniachi both have 5 points. And then we have Anish Giri at half a point behind there, together with Wesley So and Maxim General. So it's super tight, actually.
Yeah, and I have to point out, Kaya, so the 2 players who are still in action from the last round, Nakamura and Vidit, in the Skilling Open, so the first tournament of the Champions Chess Tour, they played 135 moves in their game. Eventually, Nakamura managed to win. Now, in their current game, they're on 152 moves. And Nakamura trying to win that one as well, so he's really, really trying to grind down Vidit, not giving up home. It's rook and bishop, rook against bishop in that one, so it should be a draw. But Nakamura, he's a fighter, he's going to try and win.
Yeah, he's going to try to win, but I think Vidit will hold on quite comfortably.
And actually another very fun fact about this situation is that
Arbiter stepped in and he goes, no, that pawn is going to remain pawn. Which is like the worst thing in the world, because that pawn doesn't do it. It can never move. He can't even like reverse his journey and go, well, if I make my way back, I could perhaps become a queen. So it was like, wow, it's like almost breaking the rules of chess. So that was like one of the most
he took the wall there for that pawn.
Arbitering decisions.
Yeah. I played a blitz game and I wanted to make a new queen, but there was no queen around the board, and I only had about 10 seconds on the clock, and I just called to someone. I said, "Give me a queen." And meanwhile, I kept playing moves, just waiting my pawn, just didn't promote because there was no queen. And then someone grabbed the queen and they just put the queen on the board at the wrong moment, and then it was like stalemate. And
I was there, I was watching, and we were like looking, because there was like a very kind spectator. He even pressed David's clock for him. He goes, "Here you go."
Worst possible thing.
David was like, "No."
I was like, what? We could be heading for the draw right now. Magnus Carlsen, he did stop to think. There was not much to think about, unfortunately. And now Anish Giri, he's the only one who can play for the win, but black with the queen on its own. The queen is not enough to give checkmate. I think that's wisdom your dad gave you, right?
Yeah, he gave me many nuggets of wisdom, but this was one of them. The queen doesn't checkmate on her own, and I agree. It's time for agreeing a draw by perpetual check.
Yeah.
This is all due to that first move, possibly the mouse slip by Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah, actually, I think Magnus was let off the hook. Just a few moves ago, I really liked Anish Giri's position, but he was just enticed by this quick draw. Black against the world champion, you can understand why he's going for it. But there we see the black queen continues checking the white king, and the position repeats itself 3 times. The players, an early break for them.
It is. So Magnus Carlsen, his third draw today out of 3 possible draws. Anish Giri, he had a good day so far. He's only half a point behind the world champion on the table as they finish this game. Magnus Carlsen, I mean, what if he spent a lot of time preparing for this game, making a genius idea, and it's all ruined in the first game due to a mouse slip?
Yeah, it'll be so frustrating for Magnus, but it could have been worse. He could have mouse slipped later in the game. Remember, he did do this in the first round of the Skilling Open, the first game of the whole Champions Chess Tour. He did mouse slip and lose his queen against Jan Poliaci, so